for coming to our Interfaith Fashion event. This is an opportunity for all of our interfaith community on campus to come share about the meaningful aspects of what they wear every day. Because we don't know. We see you guys every day walking around, and we have no idea. So we're here to learn, and thank you for everybody who's willing to share.
Okay. Hi everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam. Thank you. Thank you. There's no real Islamic outfit, so I've actually put a few very disparate parts together. But this gown that I'm wearing, you'll see it has like a little hood, long hood in the back. This is from Morocco. It was made in Morocco, where my husband is from. So it was made for me to fit me, and it's called a jalaba or a jalabiya, and it is a typical traditional outerwear of women when they go out, when they leave the home. And the nice thing about this is you can have virtually anything under it, right? So I just put it over my work clothes. You could basically have your pajamas under it, and it's just something that women put on. And then I also brought things that men wear, just to show you. These are typical things that men might wear them when they go out of the house. They might wear them in the house. They might wear them to the mosque. And when they go to the mosque or to pray, they will often wear something like this to cover their hair. Thank you, Jeanette. Appreciate the assistance. What I'm wearing to cover my head here, and you know that, so this is not a particularly religious outfit, it's more cultural. And a lot of Muslim women will cover their hair. This, I don't even know what it's called really, but I bought this in China, in Xi'an. This is not something that typically you would see in Morocco. In Morocco, you would more typically see a headscarf, like this one perhaps, that women would much more artfully than I. Some women don't cover their hair, but those that do then would not have it over this, obviously. But they will just, tie it over, and then they have very fancy ways that they pin it, and it all stays in place. And then the shoes I'm wearing are kind of a Moroccan or Indian style shoe, but they're not authentically from there. So that's my outfit for you. Jalabiya. And the headscarf, which is called, you might have heard of it, it's called a hijab. Thank
you. Okay, next up we have Dr. Jitsu Joe, representing Japanese Zen.
Okay, so typically a Japanese Zen priest wears a full robe and a kesa, which is the robe that you see that goes across the shoulder and under the arm. And so we wear that every day at the temple. But because most Japanese priests also go outside of the temple to do work, we have this small, it's like called a rakusu, and this is like a small version of the kesa. And historically, this rakusu was made because during the war in Japan, the Buddhists weren't able to be Buddhists. And so what they did is they made a small version of their robe to wear underneath their clothing. But the tradition has still remained in place. And so now we just wear this rakusu whenever we're working or doing things that are ritualistic or meditative outside the temple. And each of us make this rakusu. It's usually made out of discarded cloths. And so usually when we make them, we gather discarded cloths from our family and friends, maybe even something we find on the streets or from someone we don't like particularly, and we sew all the fabric together into this field, which is the field of benefaction. And this field represents our practice. And on the back, our teacher writes the verse of the Kesa, and my name, and signs it. So that's it.
Thank you, Jitsu Joe. Okay, next on the list is Dr. Victor Gabriel. Thank you so much. He is representing Tibetan Vajrayana Buddhism.
So, this is the outfit of a Tibetan Buddhist priest. Tibetan Buddhism has priests and monks. Monks wear the color is red. The monastic color is red. Red, and the kesa is for form. For informal wear is this red, and for formal wear it is red plus the yellow kesa, the bright yellow kesa. The robe, Tibetan robe is the lower skirt, one, then there is two cloth. Remember the red one and the yellow one. So that makes the three robes. For priests is this lower robe and this upper robe. This is not part of the uniform. This, whether it's a vest or what, is not part of the uniform. It's because Tibet is so cold that they always have to have something, right? Because it's cold in Tibet, right? So that's okay. And then the other thing that is unique is the pleats. This skirt, I'm not going to take it off. This skirt is one piece of cloth like that. When you wear it, you put it over yourself. Yeah, it goes over you. You cannot go into it. You have to go. It has to go over you, and then you fold. You hitch this on here, then you fold. So these are the Four Noble Truths. This is the two you leave behind, the first Noble Truth and the second Noble Truth. This is the third Noble Truth and this is the fourth Noble Truth. Of course, when you start off as a young priest or as a young monk, you have four Noble Truths. By the time you pass away, maybe you just land out with one Noble Truth. Because you get it tailored, but some people don't have money or don't have means and they don't. Yeah, so you can see. So these are the noble truths we walk towards, and these are the noble truths we leave behind. The truth of suffering and the truth of the cause of suffering. They are, I don't know whether I'm doing it correct, but this is supposed to be parallel to the ground, the edge, and this is supposed to touch. Okay. Anything else? So then so Chinese are very lucky. They have it may or may not come with frills. Mine comes with frills because I like it, and because Dr. Sakya gave me this for Christmas. So this is the one he gave. Because my old one is now pink. It's no more red. Okay, so that's, and then how you wear it. So then it's the same way. It's the same way with Chinese, Vietnamese, and Korean. It goes like that. Fo Guang Shan has a very beautiful way they put like that. You know, each finger, each gap in your finger, and then they open it. So Fo Guang Shan like that. Tibetan, unless you go for, Tibetan have decorum competition. So unless you are representing your monastery for decorum competition, then you can do things very nicely. Very even, sort of even. Again, depends how big you are. So Chinese, there's a hook. This one is no hook. This one just depends on the weight of the material. So most formally goes like that. Then this also is the same for Chinese, Vietnamese, and Korean. You make the, okay. See, not enough. really properly done, it must be very loose. And then this one is you just use the weight. You fall like this, right? And then hold down. Put your hand in between, in the middle. Then the hand of inaction, because you know most people are right-handed. Hand of inaction holds the hand of action. So like that. Emptiness pervades pervades or interbe with action. So you go like that. That's the most form. Like that.
Beautiful.
Okay.
We have Venerable Lodej Wongdri Shah and Venerable Pichai Kroindra, Thai Theravada.
Tradition, we got two subsects. So he belonged to Mahanigaya, I belong to Dhammayuttika Nikaya. So the way we get dressed is slightly different. Let's say, start from his first. Might be easier. Oh, okay.
Wow.
This is dress is a type of Mahanikaya section. We dress like this only at temple ceremony, and I dress like this sometimes. But at my temple, we dress this style similar to Dhammayut tradition. This called Sankhati. This Jivara, and other piece is we call Sabong. Or Sankhati Uttaravasa, Antaravasa. It is, and this is we call Rado. And there is one special piece inside to my Sabong. Yeah. This is Mahanikaya, and usually when I stay at temple and do ceremony, I dress like this. Yeah. But when we go outside the temple, we dress like this, because outside the temple. But when we stay at temple, we dress like this. A little bit different from Dhammayut. Yeah. And this is Upapong. When we do Sankhakama or Bosatha, it's just like this. For an official, I can take this part out. Usually Sankhati and Uttaravasa and Uttaravasa piece. But this is the most official style at the temple. But this is not a part of our robe. It is special. In Thailand, we don't use this cloth, but in America we use because it's too cold, more cold, and in from Thailand. How about you?
For us, we are allowed to dress in two ways. The first one is like here we call it both shoulder, cover both shoulder when we need to go outside a monastery. But when we stay inside, we need to lower down one shoulder. And
Wow. We can see your shoulder.
yes, you can see my shoulder. So
Wow. Very nice. Beautiful.
like this.
Yay.
Actually, when we need to perform some special ritual, we need to use Sanghati on top. Because according to Vinaya, Sanghati doesn't mention how to use, so we just put it over our shoulder. So like this, that is very, very Dhammayuttika Nikaya. Oh, color. For color, we in Thailand we use, let's say, roughly 3 colors. The first one is a little orange base. Second one is yellow base and brown base. Mahanikaya allowed to use 3 of them. But for us, unfortunately, we are allowed to use only two colors. This brown one and yellow one, like that. And what else?
This is a new color. The Naira marking give us this color. Before before Naira marking, we don't use this color, only this color and this color. But when we go to the royal family ceremony, we use this color for the king.
And it's about the same piece. Sorry, man. Actually, like that. A little.
Sabong.
This is one. We don't have that for Noble Truth. It's only one. Yeah, it's only one. And since in Thailand is very hot, tropical country, so we are allowed to use this piece to prevent us from become really shirtless. But it was introduced into the system like less than 200 years ago. Normally we go shirtless, like we do. So this piece, I invented by myself. Make it, I don't die because of cold weather. So,
What's that?
this is a little bit unique for my tradition. We are allowed to use this kangaroo pouch. So it's a part of my personal uniform. Normally we have only this belt, hidden belt like this, to prevent it from getting loose. Okay. And jiwara is a big piece of cloth. Like this, you can see. Very huge. I have to unknot it. So we get dressed at first. Make it even for both sides and start to roll. My tradition, we roll inside, but his tradition, sometimes he roll outside. So, however, it's about rolling. And when you firstly ordain, it's very, very hard for you to control your wrist because you have to like that. But I get used to it already. And another way, roll it again until it's tight enough. And this is mine. So
You must look, when you're skinny, you look very nice. What do you think?
Yeah, what if you look like me?
I don't know. It could be. Oh, you can make it a little bit looser. Some with elder monk. Okay, let me introduce the way the elder, very senior one. He just fold it. He fold it like that and grab it. Roll it a little bit. Make it loose. But
Okay.
we are not allowed to do like this because we are still young and healthy enough.
So it should be tight.
What else? Okay, so I go back with both shoulder. Normally I have shirt inside too, but today is a little bit special, so I would like to show my shoulder. It's about the same when you cover both shoulder. It has to be inside. See, you do it from inside. It's harder. But however, if you make it tight, it will be nice and neat. And one more thing.
When I stay at UWEST, I dress like this.
Yeah, he normally dress like this in our class, but today is very special for him. Okay.
Okay, next we have representatives from Sri Lanka, Theravada tradition. We have Venerable Sumita and Venerable Panyaratana, Panyaloka, Venerable Panyaloka. Cool, thanks guys.
Hello everybody. Yeah, this is how we normally wear like the Thai tradition, or even in Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, India, and Bangladesh, wherever those Theravada tradition monks, they wear the robe just like this. And when they go out, And if they stay in the temple, they don't wear like this. They just wear just
Like
the way
this?
they did.
Like
Yeah,
this
like
way.
this.
This casual.
And if you go to temple, so when we go to the shrine room, we also wear the robe like that. This way, I think in Myanmar also they do like that. So actually in Sri Lanka, one tradition, the Siamese tradition, they wear like this, and the Amarpura and Ramanya tradition, they wear like this. So three traditions, but all Theravada. Just a few different.
So what are your tradition?
So we traditionally we don't wear slippers. So I just wanted to, and I didn't wear slippers for 7 years when I started becoming a monk. And so later on, depending on the circumstances, we had to, with the permission of our teachers, we wear this. And so I think it's the same way like they did. We don't need to demonstrate again. When we go out, we do like that. Yeah, and also there is, we also especially have a ball, that's for arms ball. And nowadays the monks also have a bag like this. Although this is in Chinese.
Made in China too.
Yeah, and we also have another palm fan. Palm fan made of palm leaves. That's also very symbolic in Sri Lanka, especially Sri Lankan monks. Wherever they go, they carry the palm fan with them. Because it's hot and humid, it helps. And also sometimes when you give Dhamma talks and all, it gives you some kind of comfort. So they hold it. Could you please pass the bag? Yeah. Okay, thank you. This is also very special in our Buddhist tradition. We call it blessing thread or parita thread. This is all cotton. So we make it three. Three means triple gem. So everyone will be connected, and then the monks will chant. Every time they do that, they have it. Most of the monks have one like this with them. And whenever they go to a hospital or to meet somebody, to bless somebody, they have this one, and they will tie around their wrist. And this one is the handkerchief the monks use. It's just for when they go to the temple, or when they go to meet the teacher, they spread this and bow to the teacher. And I think I will show you a little different, because the vendors already have a show. I show you how to fold the rope. We have a traditional way of folding the rope. Just you see the rope. They were naturally they died those days. They used all herbs like jackfruit and some other stuff to make it. And also it has been cut into pieces just to just to reduce the value of the fabric. And also it looks like a paddy field. So the monks, when they asked how to make a robe, the Buddha showed a paddy field. Yeah. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and for some it's 5, some it can be 7 or 7.
At the very beginning, it was not divided into parts like this because someone stole the robe because it was one piece of cloth, not divided, right? And later on, Buddha had to do that. He asked the monks to divide it into sections like just similar to a paddy field, so that then it doesn't have a value. No one can use it for anything. Yep.
Because it's a long cloth, when they walk, they also need to use this to tie. So it remains. Okay, I'll show you how to. So we use it the outside. Okay, now. This is the outside, okay? And so fold it and around from here. Okay. One more. Done like this. Yeah. So now you see it's not the inside, it's inside out. And we fold and keep underneath our pillow. That is our natural ironing. We don't iron the rope. Yeah. And so this one actually at night we fold and we kind of pay respect to the rope, and in the morning we take it. Yes. We have 8 requisites for a monk. That is the monk's uniform. That is called 8 requisites. There is a ball. This is a single layer rope. And then there's a double layer rope. If you have like fall season, you use both of them. And then you have this one, and then the belt, then the string, and the needle, needle and thread if you need to mend the rope. And also there is a filter, piece of cloth to filter the water, These are the 8 requisites for a monk. That is monk's uniform. So they have it all the time with them. Yeah. And also the monks, when they wear the single layer, they can wear the other one. They keep it like this. Yeah. So they go like this. Okay.
Representing the Taiwanese Mahayana tradition. Do you want me to maybe hold the mic for you, or do you need mic?
Can everybody hear me? So,
Not really.
not really. So we have 3 robes and the clothes we wear outside temple on the street. But these 2 parts, like this one, actually is a Chinese tradition cloth in Han Dynasty. So it's not for the monastic in Asian China. It's for all lay people wear like this. So it have look like this.
So but the monks keep the tradition, so wear like the people in Han Dynasty. But it's not from India. It's Chinese way. And in ceremony, we put on this clothes and wear robe, but today is too hot. I don't want to wear. Okay. And maybe someone can help me to this. And we have 3 robes, like other tradition. This one is I don't know how to say that in English. 安妥会the inside one and the 7 robe and the 9 one. So this. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 parts of this. And this were in the outside. But usually we don't use this rope for ceremony. We only, when we ordain, we put 3 ropes on our shoulder. So just when we ordain, we wear three ropes, but in normal ceremony, we just wear one. And use this one or this one, depend on what ceremony, or maybe this one is for the lunch or breakfast. Or when we eat lunch or breakfast in temple, we wear the five part this one. And the ceremony or ritual things, we wear this one. And sometimes in outside we just wear this and put on our robe. So I can show you how we put on this. So we have hook and the ram can. So it's much easier than Theravada tradition and bowlist. And we only cover one shoulder. Never cover both shoulder in Chinese tradition. We only cover the left shoulder.
Thank you, Venerable Chang.
And put on the foot. Then go inside. we always go inside, not outside. And one time in your left hand, one time on your right hand.
Beautiful, thank you, Venerable. Next, on the list we have Venerable Mugu, representing Korean Mahayana.
Do you have any question?
Where's your hat?
Huh?
Where's your hat?
Okay, next.
She doesn't want to hide her beauty.
There's a four more clothes inside. Usually with the ritual, we do wear. Looks like very uncomfortable, right? Yeah, it's true. And Dr. Victor say that we wear the robe the same way, but a little bit different. So like I show you the venerable, maybe Chinese venerable and Korean venerable wear the robe the same, because we do not do like that. We cannot use the hand over the head.
Yeah. We don't do that.
We do not do that. So usually the same thing is finger is. I forgot how to wear Sorry. We do not
pretend we're not here.
Yeah, pretend we're not here.
Okay, it's not. Okay, just do and then finger, right? Very elegant. And then the really finger, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we do not over the head, just back. And then elegant. Very.
So beautiful.
Yeah, I know.
You become a history in the video.
Aha! Okay. Any question? Thank
How
you.
many panels is it?
So the panel is a little bit different in Korean tradition. So you can see the piece, right? If under the venerable age, under the 20, you can only have a 16 piece. And then like over 30 years, and then 24. And then 40, 36 something. So you can see a lot of piece. When Korean venerable wear a lot of piece, small piece, that you can guess, oh, the venerable has a lot of Dharma age. So you can see not a lot. See? Yeah, I'm only 20 something, so only 16 piece.
Thank you, Venerable Mugu, representing Vietnamese Mahayana.
Hello, good afternoon. I usually don't wear this out when I walked out of the temple. I usually just wear this inside the temple. This is something that we wear when we do, what do you call it, labor work?
Gardening.
Yeah, gardening, anything is in the temple. Yeah. So when we all go outside, this is what we wear. I think you saw me most of the time is when we go outside, we have to wear this. So when we go outside, we wear this. We have any kind of big events or service in the temple that's on this. So I am a baby. I just ordained a year, almost 2 years. So this is the first robe that I received. Same thing with Venerable Mugu. They say that we can't put our hands over our head. So usually, every time we put on a rope, we have to recite a fix it.
Okay, cool. That's it, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. We've learned wonderful things about all of you.